Hey, welcome back to this video. This is we're now at the next section, which is introducing us to HTML5 elements. Let's refresh this page also. So we have done, how many have we done already? 2, 4, 6, 7. We have done 7 already. That's fast. So introducing HTML elements. Let's see. HTML5 introduces more descriptive HTML tags. These include header, footer, nav, video, article, section, and others, which we kind of looked at last time. HTML5, I guess. Let's look at HTML5 elements. Okay, so let's close this window. So here we have HTML5 guide. Yeah, so here we see article, nav, header, footer, aside, section, audio, video, input, mark, figure, caption, data, time, output, progress, meter, main, and it is obviously iframes, but we don't really use iframes as much nowadays. Some people don't like iframes. It's quite a hotly debated topic. Here we use multimedia, so this section is multimedia, audio, video. This is used a lot on YouTube actually, and then track is used to track various things in the multimedia section. And there's also 3D graphics and effects, which uses Canvas, and we're going to use Canvas a lot later on in the D3 section of the course or of FreeCodeCamp. So, and then obviously there's web workers, history API, drag and drop, focus management, has focus is a JavaScript type thing, and then okay, so the rest don't worry about it. But if you're interested, come to this page and click on all these. If you even hover over it, if you hover over it with your mouse, you can see that it has like a tooltip type thing. And I'm going to show you how to do this later on. I really like the way that this is done. But basically, it just has a tooltip that shows you more example. And if you want to know more about headers, right? Click on headers. It goes to this other URL, which shows you what headers are. So headers is kind of like a p tag or h1, h2 tag, where it's actually header. And inside you can add classes, which we'll get into very soon in our FreeCodeCamp. And the format is with the quotation marks. And then h1 is inside, so you can actually wrap header. You can wrap the h1, the title, the header inside header. So h1, the h1 tag or the h1 element can be wrapped inside a header, and same with main. It wraps around the p tag, which is a paragraph that is denoted by the open and close. Remember? So cool. Okay, so let's go back to this. These tags make your HTML easier to read and also help with SEO. Yes, it does. I'm not going to talk about SEO now. I'm going to talk about it later on, maybe. Either way, I'll just do a little thing. 5 years, actually no, 10 years ago, I developed something called holographic SEO. So SEO is kind of like my baby, one of my babies. I've been doing it for over 10 years. Okay, so many new HTML tags and benefits are covered in the applied accessibility section, which let's just go down to this section, applied accessibility, this one. This is where a lot of the other HTML5 elements pop up. So let's just close this and go back to HTML5 and HTML, and then okay, so create a second P element after the existing P element with the following tags, right? So I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to do an open tag, I'm going to do a close tag, right? And I'm going to put in this text inside. So don't worry about the white spaces. There's actually no white spaces. Like if I put a space here, this is a white space. But don't worry about it. This is just a way to format things like this. You can actually format it in this way so that actually looks nicer. It doesn't really matter. Some people like to do it this way, and so it doesn't really change anything inside. It's just a way of formatting it. Obviously, it's better to do it like that, but sometimes it's just a preference. Either one works, and um, yeah, sometimes it actually looks better like that compared to the other way, but it doesn't matter. It still passes the test. So wrap the paragraphs with an opening and closing main tag. So create p element after the existing p element. So this is what we did. We created one after the existing one, right? And now we wrap the paragraphs inside an opening and closing main tag, which we saw just now. See, opening main, closing main, right? And then the p tag, opening and opening and closing, right? So let's do that. Let's do that. So let's close. Sometimes I like to do things backwards. So I'm going to close this. But if you read the instructions again, you know that this will fail the test. Do you know why it's going to fail the test? Should I show you that's going to fail the test? Actually, let's read a bit more. So you need two p elements with the text, right? So we have one p element, two p elements, right? Make sure that each of your p elements has a closing tag, which we did. So closing tag, and you see this is also highlighted, closing tag, right? And next is your p element should contain the first few words of the additional provided, the first few words of the provided additional Kitty Ipsum text, which we did, right? This is the additional text that's different than the first paragraph. And your code must have one main element, which it does. It has one main element, opening and closing. This is still considered one because it is. Okay, so if you go back to here, you see that there's an indentation, just like this indentation here, right? This is the proper way to format it. I did not do that, but I should. Right? Okay. So let's do that. This is the proper way of indenting. Okay. So the main element should have two paragraph elements as children. So when we talk about children, this is the parent. Main is the parent, and the children, there should be two of them. This is why this would fail if I click on test this. If I did test this code or run this test, it will fail because it needed to have two paragraph children inside this, which is this is how it should be, right? And so now there's two children inside the parent element, which is main. The opening main should come before the first paragraph tag, which is this is the first paragraph tag. So it should come before the first paragraph tag, and the closing main tag should come after the second closing. So this is the first, this is the second, this is the closing. So it comes after the first, second, closing, right? So that's exactly right. So lots of things covered today. Please feel free to watch this over and over again if you don't understand this, and if you you need some help. I understand some people might need help. Just post a comment and let me know, and one of us, maybe a classmate or I, will come on and help you out a bit more. That's it. Let's run the test, and then I'll see you in the next video. So one for the Guinness book. Okay, great. So submit and go to the next challenge, and I'll see you in the next challenge.